Are you or a loved one suffering from a medical coincidence?
Sweet intro.
You want proper medical care, but you don't want people sniffing around asking a whole bunch of questions about what might be causing your problem. At the Kaufman Institute for Coincidence, we won't look into the cause of your heart or other problem, we'll just fix it. That's right, we promise to only look at your symptoms. We won't get all curious looking for causes, because that could get your employer or your doctor into some legal hot water. And nobody wants that. At Kaufman, we understand that coincidence is now the leading cause of death.
Hey, we've got another coincidence over here.
If we want to operate at the speed of science, there's no time for looking for causes. No pesky questions about drugs or vaccines you may have been given. At Kaufman, we specialize in the effects and leave the causes to the conspiracy theorists. And let's be honest, we know the cause anyway. It was a coincidence, right? For each new patient, Kaufman's talented team of doctors strap on their blinders and look directly at the problem area, usually the heart, just like the CDC recommends. Our main campus now treats myocarditis, blood clots, heart arrhythmia, stroke, heart attack, magnetic skin, difficulty breathing, full body blisters and burning, convulsions, kidney failure, memory loss, cancer, sudden death, and much, much more. Give your coincidence the attention it deserves, but not the wrong kind of attention. At Kaufman. Schedule your appointment today at kaufmancoincidence.com and receive a doctor's note with a real sciencey sounding explanation to provide to your anti-vax friends, proving to them it was definitely not the vaccine that caused your coincidence. Kaufman, because coincidences happen pretty much all the time.
Official medical coincidence partner of the NFL.
Greatest video I've seen all week.
A part of the end was the best. The NFL part.
The reason I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. Did that?
I thought we were just muted the whole time. That's why I was confused.
Oh, well, terribly sorry. You'll have to go back and watch the show later.
No, because it was like it after the little 30-second music thing, like it queued all of us up, and I wasn't muted, and then I was like, that's why I was like, oh, sweet intro, and then you muted me, and obviously you guys are watching something, and I'm just staring at all you three, like pick your noses, and
I didn't see it either. God.
Oh, you didn't see it either? Okay.
No.
All right.
So it's not just Boomer Clyde today.
It's
No, I
StreamYard, man. Dag was having that issue the other day, wasn't he?
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I just pretend to and use my imagination because I want to fit in with the group usually. So I'm like, oh man, you guys see that one part? That was great.
Well, you'll have to go back and watch it because it was fucking hilarious.
What was it?
I mean, the audio was funny.
It was something about the jab.
I could play it again, but
No, it's okay. I don't need you to do that. I was just curious what it was.
it's the Kaufman Institute for Coincidence.
Oh yeah, I sent that video. I saw that video.
Yeah, it's our
That's a
new
good
official sponsor.
That's a good one. I
We'll
enjoyed that.
actually-
Yeah.
We'll actually do ad reads for that one, unlike the morning after.
Yeah.
Or unlike
Yeah.
what's the name of your coffee company? I don't even remember now. We
Yeah, I don't
run the
remember.
ads so infrequently. Run your mouth. That's it.
Classy bunch of individuals
Stolen
over
from-
here at this.
Stolen from Robbie the Fire.
No, actually, if we're being honest, I think he stole it from us. The two ideas
Years
kind
before.
of, well, they
Hey, it's a long time in the making.
well, that was the thing. Between all the paperwork and all the BS and all the stuff, it took us like just about a year to get it all together and everything else. And we had already like had everything put together, and we're like in the process of doing the LC paperwork and stuff. And then Robbie comes out with his stupid podcast, like
And that's the fun thing about a podcast is you don't have to check that at all. You can just come up with a random ass name like the morning after and just throw it on there and run with it.
yeah. And then
mind.
everybody finds like football videos and sports talk.
That's clock management there, buddy.
No, if you go onto YouTube and you type in like the morning after, I think it's like some sports show out in Missouri.
Yeah, it's like
or
morning
something like that.
after the games, or basically,
something.
that's what they're talking about.
God, you know that, Justin.
I only search for us using the keywords.
Vasectomy Clubhouse.
There you go. Every show I go on, I promote this show using that everywhere I go.
Well,
I'm like,
now
well, I do my own show, and you can find that at Fact Check This Podcast. But if you really want to find the thing that I have the most fun with, you want to find us on our morning show, The Morning After. But you can't find The Morning After by searching for it because it brings up 6 million videos that are not related to our show. You have to search for Vasectomy Clubhouse, and everybody busts out laughing. They think that's like the best sales pitch ever for a show. It hasn't gotten us any extra followers, so it's not working that well. But nobody wants to have that in their search history. That's the problem.
I just hope we pick up a few like rando, followers based on people who are looking for actual vasectomy content. Like that's ultimately the hope. I was just nervous about getting my vasectomy, and I found you guys.
What's the experience after you get a vasectomy and then they see Vasectomy Clubhouse? Oh, but this is where they talk about their vasectomies.
It must be some sort of support group.
I don't think we even talked about vasectomies at all in that show.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I wasn't here for it, and so I never actually saw it. It's kind of funny.
Because you don't go back and watch the episodes.
No.
Trey, are you vasectomized?
Hell no.
You've got 2 kids. You should really consider it.
Yeah. I mean, at least Mark had a reason.
Yeah.
But we could have a full vasectomized show here, man. We could really be onto something.
In fact, get it done in the morning and like live stream from the operating table.
You have to make it a bit.
Yeah.
No anesthesia.
Oh,
I didn't have anesthesia anyway, so it wasn't that bad.
No.
They didn't use the little. It was like injected with like air. When they did it, it was like a little like it like shoots it like with like pressurized air into you. So there's no needle, which was interesting.
I don't remember. I think I probably did, but I don't. Yeah, I would have to. Had to have. It wasn't very big though. He the guy that did it was
We know it's not very big.
he had to break out the jeweler's loop.
Yeah.
I think
he's like, get the microscope going.
What did you actually mean, Clyde?
No, we got a hotter nurse in here. This guy. This isn't
You
gonna
could have
work.
purposely set us up for that.
No, he was really good at his job, I guess, and he actually made one cut and went in from like the side, like a small cut from the side. Usually, I guess and maybe that's what they're doing more now, but they used to, I think, do like 2 bigger cuts, like one on either side to get each. I don't know thing, but
Yeah, it's pretty fancy now. No stitches or anything.
yeah, it was like I think I ran that afternoon. I was like, all right.
Oh,
They when they did mine, it was a little bitty needle for to numb it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
and they just basically ran a scalpel right up the seam of my ball sack.
Did they deglove it for you? So.
I don't know. I wasn't really watching. I was just kind of laying there, just like, whatever. But
Never mind.
And then they clipped and burned the tubes. That was the weird part. Was like you could smell them burning the.
yeah, but it was burning hair.
That was interesting.
I don't remember the smell of that. I don't remember them burning it.
Let's see, the nurse, when she came in to prepare me, she's like, "Oh, you're already shaved." I was like, "Yeah, I don't trust anybody else with a razor near my junk. Thanks. I took care of that. Took care of that on my own." But the doctor, I've told this before. The doctor was having shoulder surgery. He was having rotator cuff surgery that morning, so we had to do it extra early because he had to be at the ER to get checked in for his rotator cuff surgery. So that was interesting. We were talking about. He was like, "So, what are you going to be doing this weekend since you're going to be laid up?" I convinced him to watch Spartacus on what was that on? Anyway, the TV series, not the old like 1970s movie or 60s movie.
There's a TV series?
Yeah, it was on Stars, I think. I can't remember.
Is that on like HBO now? Or I don't know.
I don't know. It was entertaining. It was a lot of nudity and violence, basically. That's,
Hmm.
the two things that you want.
Two things that men want, yeah. It's like tits and violence.
Tits are violence. Let's be honest.
Well, they cause violence.
In a world
they
of
can be violent,
turfs
you know,
and lesbians,
if you're getting smacked in the face, you know.
Not the girls I tend to get with.
Well, that brings us to today's
That
show
like the
topic.
itty bitty chitty committee.
I'm skinny. I end up with the skinny girls, you know.
What's wrong with that, huh?
Yeah.
Are you
They tend to
actually
hold up better over time, in my experience. Well,
that's
so I'm told.
that's the I think that's the I don't know, the real meat at the heart of the issue here is like, when you're 70, we gonna look the same. I mean,
Well, I don't know. Pelosi's got him going though. I mean,
yeah,
all the baby blood though. I think we talked about this before, right? When you're younger, like you date big boobs, you marry small boobs. I think that's the strategy.
I don't know. I've never heard that strategy. I just was never fond.
Well, you're never here, so.
No. I am. I'm here. I don't know.
We know
I'm
you
here
don't.
like 2/3 of the time, man. Like that's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah,
Right.
67.
See, I
that's
just
passing.
went for the middle of the road, like like the
B.
Choice B, A, B, C, or D. What would be? I don't know, man.
Yeah, you go up to E, then it's kind of then you're.
Oh, that
definitely
gets sloppy.
Gravity is I mean, I think it took an apple falling from a tree when all you had to do was like look at your wife and count the years.
I think you get sweat and smell issues when you start getting past like C or D.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not really.
It was always like it's just too much. It's just too much. Like what am I supposed to do? Like I don't know. I don't know.
I guess they're like
You get
You can only get a handful anyway. Like what what are you gonna do with the rest? Like
like
mountains for your Matchbox cars. What else would you do with them? Check out, I'm gonna get some air. Woo! Hold still, baby.
but
I like that imagery.
but
Good.
you do like a little junk in the trunk. Let's find out what's going on with the twerking.
Shaking is such a primal practice of releasing trauma and somatic blockages and emotions through our body, especially our hips. Our hips, now we know, is where we store emotions.
Yep.
So when you are twerking, when you're shimmying, you are literally releasing trauma, releasing stored emotions from your hips. When you're bending your knees, you're crouching on the floor, you're connecting to earth, you're connecting to the womb, you're restoring your energy. And that's why it's not even just an African dance, but in Middle Eastern dance, in Latin American dance, salsa dance, bachata, every single dance form has some form of hip movement to it. This is also why zebras, when they're running away from a lion and they're about to get eaten and they make it into the nick of time, they shake their bodies off, release the trauma, and they come back to homeostasis. So I started to realize that as I was doing this, I was healing myself through all of these generations of collective trauma that now we know with epigenetics is actually stored within our systems. And I realized that twerking, shimmying, undulating, shaking truly is a spiritual practice. And now I share it as much as I can.
she definitely shares it as much as she can.
Who is that? Is that somebody with like that I should recognize?
I don't know.
She's just out there
No.
talking about it.
No,
She just likes to shake her ass, I guess.
Yeah.
More power
I
to
mean,
her.
I think really the reason that I don't know. I think the reason that all that shaking is incorporated is because that's the only way you're gonna get men to watch, right? Like that's
It's the only way you can get us interested.
50% of your population, your viewers are gonna want to, you do that and they'll watch it. It's easy target, easy money. I don't know, man. That's
I mean, that's the trick to being a popular libertarian chick is just shake your moneymaker a little bit.
who does that?
I think that for any
all
Yeah.
except for Dag's wife.
She just
She
makes
just-
soap.
Yeah, she just makes soap and shows off her artwork and stuff like that. Tries to sell seeds.
Yeah, I got one of the few good libertarian female content makers out there. It's funny, like puritanical culture, they like specifically forbade like hip movement when you danced. It was like the exact opposite. It was like the whitest culture ever.
What did you notice when she was listing off all of the cultures that shake their breasts when they
African.
dance? There was no
They had some melanin.
there were no white folks mentioned in that.
Well, it's all like none of it's like first world though, right? So maybe the connection is there.
I don't know what would
You know?
what would river dancing be considered? Is that just moving your feet? You don't
That's
really.
just legs.
That's
Very
like your
specifically not hips.
Have you seen river dancing?
I mean, surely when you're moving your legs that much, like there's got to be some jiggle going on. I guess
Yeah,
underneath
but
the
the
kilt, you wouldn't be
emphasis-
able to see it.
Well, that's it, right? The emphasis is not on the rump; it's on like my fancy ankles,
Mhm.
you know.
And it's on rigid structure. Those dances are like extremely, structured. It's not like I'm just going to go let it all out and leave it all on the dance floor by river dancing. You know what I mean? That's that's definitely yeah.
even
you get out
salsa
there,
dancing. Like
Mm,
salsa
yeah.
dancing, like
Really.
it's a little bit more like provocative, but like salsa,
Mhm.
like it doesn't like it doesn't explicitly make them like like just shake, like try to shake the moneymaker and try to get somebody interested. It's a dance, it's an art form, like
Mhm.
those. That's how those
Yeah,
are
especially
treated.
the couples. When it's like
Yeah.
the two people, because I've seen people like do it, like it's like holy shit, like it's like impressive when you see somebody like do it, and you're like, wow, you actually are like talented, because I could not memorize that many steps,
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very structured, I guess, there too.
So what you're saying is there's a difference between salsa dancing and just like standing there gyrating your ass twerking.
Yes.
I'll keep that in mind whenever I start looking into taking dance lessons.
When you start your OnlyFans,
I don't think I have the requisite junk in the trunk for twerking videos, but I might be athletic enough still to do a little salsa dancing.
Look, you could just do like naked yoga. That apparently that gets views on YouTube. So
I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Another one of those things you don't want in your search history. Oh, speaking of things you don't want in your search history, let's see. There we go. Self-proclaimed trans canine woman banned from OnlyFans after claiming she has sex with dogs. Apparently, she didn't just claim; she was actually doing it.
Yeah.
And
serious? Wait, that was not fake.
no,
I thought that was a joke. I thought that was like a meme.
nope.
I didn't see anything, but if you read through the comments, like there were some links people posted, and like I guess she was like selling videos and whatnot, and
And
it was pretty comical. Some of her tweets out there were like
God.
pretty funny.
The one
Like-
where she said she didn't understand why her content got taken down because people were accusing her of fucking dogs, but she wasn't fucking the dogs. She was just getting on her, getting on all fours, and the dogs were the ones who were doing the fucking. And I was like, oh my God.
I
I guess technically you're right, but like this is one of those cases where
I was right.
where technically is not actually the better right.
I liked where she
It actually makes it worse to some degree.
she was trying to get with a lesbian girl, and the lesbian girl turned her down and said that she's gonna taste like kibbles and bits. And she's all outraged. Why take a shower? Like
She's like, do people think showers don't exist?
oh Lord, man, what like? How do you figure out that that's what does it for you?
There have to be some
Like-
really poor life choices made along the way. to
Like,
Probably have a hint of an
discover-
idea. I mean, pup play is getting to be big, right?
what?
Well, like women love dogs. Like this is there's
Women love dogs. Like in a platonic sense.
No, the
Look, I have a middle-aged childless white woman at home too, who loves dogs, but not like that. I hope. 'Cause she's home alone with 2 of them right now. So.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, now you got me. I
Are
gotta
they
call her. I
neutered?
gotta
Are
go,
they
guys.
neutered? Are they neutered? That's the important question.
Yes. Yes, they
Well,
are.
we're
You're
gonna have
probably
a
in good
trans
shape.
species.
So is bestiality actually like illegal? Like I think it's like illegal, right? Like at least in most places.
I mean, I
Pretty
think so.
sure
I
it's
think
illegal,
it's
yeah.
like I don't know.
So
That's like
it's
animal cruelty. I think is what they put it under.
And so, okay, so like in this situation with like this woman, it sounds like the dog's into it. But like in a donkey show situation down in Mexico, what I'm to understand is they roll the donkey over on its back, and the woman has to do the work. So I kind of feel bad for the donkey in that situation. I don't know. Like he sounds like he doesn't have much of a choice. Well, I don't know. If a donkey doesn't want to roll over, he might not
It's
be
a
able to watch it.
donkey,
Anyhow,
dude. It's a 500-pound animal. If it didn't want to roll over, it wouldn't
It's gonna
roll
kick
over.
you in the
Like,
head.
he's like, trust me, it doesn't take much work. He just does it.
does she wear a helmet? Because like I would
I
think would
don't know.
it just be?
It seems like something you'd be able to be the one to actually tell us the details of this. That's just how I heard it works. You're the most worldly person among us. Well, so last night, me and Niall are hanging out, and he puts on this documentary called Florida Man. And what they're doing is they're going through and they're like interviewing people who were like the person in a Florida Man story. So like one of the Florida men was somebody who was arrested for public masturbation on like top of a hotel. And they start the interview, and he's sitting there on a couch. He's got a blanket in his lap, and I'm like, "That's weird. The masturbator has a blanket in his lap." And yeah, he started masturbating at some point in the interview. And anyway, the next guy was arrested for like bestiality or something, and they get to like question him. He's like, "So did you have a sexual relationship with like your sheep?" And he's like, "Man, why you got to say sexual relationship? Can't you just say relationship?" But I remember thinking like, we got arrested for it, so it must be illegal, you know?
Man, I should have played that sheep intro. I knew I totally missed my opportunity.
Well, we didn't have
I
this
love that
playing
intro.
Okay, so apparently there is at least some form of like formal law making it illegal in 46 states. The 4 states that it is currently legal in:
Alabama, you're good, Trey.
Hawaii, New Mexico, West Virginia, and Wyoming. And
West Virginia, huh?
Hawaii, huh?
Hawaii and Wyoming are trying to make it formally illegal. They've got measures that are
Why the fact? Why does this even need to be a law? Like what? I mean, like
Yeah, I mean, they're your animals. You own them.
I don't think that's what he meant. God.
That's what I say about my wife too. But then then I get in trouble.
Yeah, wives tend to not like that that kind of reference very much. So anyway, what's the weather like where y'all are today?
Slight band of rain.
iguana. Is that iguana thing from now?
No, it's an iguana in a tree day. I think tomorrow might be an iguana out of a tree day.
I didn't know if that was current. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Trey, did you get tornadoes last night?
Not here. They had some like like 20 miles away.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. We had a watch last night, and then about 20 miles south of here got we had a warning and then a watch. I don't know, man. I can't ever I don't know the difference. I just know that I can't do anything about it.
Well, it's definitely frozen iguana day here. We are currently in the middle of a little bit of a snowstorm.
Yeah, this is the front that I'm sure hit you or whatever. That was it. It just passed me. It just rained. Now it's gonna be cold. So we're a couple days behind you, I guess.
Well, so
Oh,
Steven
well.
asked if the trans canine chick got pregnant, what that would happen. I don't think biology actually works that way, but you never know. I mean, there are.
I don't know, man.
there's-
Today's world,
are you-
biology is working mighty different in
Are
recent
you
times.
for abortions in that instance?
I'm not entirely against murder in all instances. So
Would you ban that specific breed?
well, she looks kind of ginger, so probably would be a good idea too.
She's not like
Ginger doodle.
unattractive. I'm like, why? You don't need to do that. Like, I'm sure you could find somebody to take care of you. You're just kibbles and bits.
You find a backyard to live in.
I got a kennel back here, honey.
A nice flat board house.
Build you a real nice doghouse.
There
Couple
was that
stainless steel
chick
bowls.
going viral a while back who like her boyfriend was treating her like a dog, and she pretended to be a dog and should be carried around on a leash and everything. So this must be just the evolution of that. Like she saw that and she was like, I'm gonna take this to the next level.
Everybody thought furries were just some harmless weirdos, and now here we are.
Who's the politician
this-
guy or military guy who's into pup play? I said it's going to be a big thing. I've been seeing it around way more than.
Is this like Paw Patrol
Yeah,
for
dude.
adults or something? Like what? I've never
Yeah,
heard of such.
There's like these
nonsense.
leather masks that kind of look like Paw Patrol characters. Now that you mention it, maybe that's what did it. Kids who were watching Paw Patrol are growing up
Yeah.
now.
Well, Paw Patrol hasn't been around long enough
I don't know. It's been around for a while. I mean, those kids are probably 13, 14 right now. They're
It's
hitting
got
their
to be pushing a
stride.
decade. Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, it's like this leather mask thing, and there's like pictures of like the dude and like does he have like military fucking like medals and shit on, and he's wearing his fucking pup mask. Fucking
that's weird.
look, I don't care if you want to be into pup play. Like I don't give a fuck. But the amount that I'm seeing it is disturbing, just because like I don't believe it should be that prevalent. And then yeah, the fact that there's somebody who holds like some sort of, I don't know, political office or appointed office, whatever you want to call it. But somebody in the government is that openly pup playish. It's just weird, but probably not as weird as the other. Oh, did you guys talk about the weirdo who got busted like stealing luggage, stealing the fancy suitcase at the airport?
We've talked about him before, but I don't know if we talked. I don't remember.
Did he
if we
get-
talked
he
about his.
Did he get fired?
Yeah, the bald one, right? Yeah, he got
Yeah.
fucking caught stealing luggage at a fucking airport, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck, man?
He got fired, so. At least,
Wait, he did get fired? I
Yeah.
didn't know if he got fired.
well, he's going to jail, so I would assume they fired him. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe they're just like, yeah, we'll hold your position for you. Nobody else wants to do it.
Well, I wonder who's going to be in charge of the nuclear energy then. Since he's going away,
I'm sure they need to find something for.
probably put
Resting-
Jen Psaki in it.
I'm sure they need to find something for resting bitch face. What's her name? That was going to be in charge of the Ministry of Truth. She needs a new job, so they can just let her do it.
Yeah, Jankowicz or whatever.
Yeah, Jankowicz. That's such a Jewy name.
Jankowicz.
Well, if you
That's
check,
about enough. That's about enough of that. Everybody got a good look at what the pup play is, and hopefully. And if you didn't, go look it up yourself. My poor search history is like just in a bad way today.
he already looked up bestiality laws.
I already had to look up bestiality laws, pup play, like whatever government watch list I was on before. Now I'm on all kinds of new ones.
Your Amazon search history, man. You're gonna start getting all sorts of ads. It's gonna be great.
He's gonna get
It's gonna show up on
human-
Steph's phone.
human dog food, like human friendly dog food.
We do not share an Amazon account. Actually,
Oh, really?
she had her own before we got married, and I had my own, so it didn't really make sense to like merge.
Do you
our
both
Amazon.
have Prime?
No, I'm the only one who has Prime.
Okay. All right. Then I guess yeah. I mean that makes sense.
I keep trying to tell her, like, whenever she goes to order stuff, I'm like, we can order that on mine and get the free shipping next day delivery with
Yeah.
Prime.
yeah.
And she's like, no, I'm just going to order it. I'm like, My
Okay.
bad.
Well, yeah.
didn't mean to offend you. And like, I guess, fight the patriarchy however you want. Like, cool.
Mhm. Yep. What else? What else we got today?
She's gonna fight the power, and you are the power.
That's right. I have the power around here anyway. Well, we were talking about babies. Let's see.
Babies.
Yeah, you know, if the trans canine chick had kids. So apparently, Harvard University class focuses on gay, trans, and queer babies. I don't think such a thing exists, but it's college, so everything exists there these days.
Okay, hold on. Let's just for argument's sake say that some people are born gay. Okay, then it would stand to reason there are gay babies. Okay, but how would you identify said gay baby? You would have to wait. You know, like you can't identify them as being gay when they're still in baby stage, right?
Right, at that point, you're assuming their pronouns and you're assuming their
Mhm.
identity. Like,
Yeah.
that's very.
I don't know. I think you gotta see which direction it leans.
No.
There's another thing that doesn't lean in a particular direction, or at least none of them that I've seen. If it's leaning in a particular direction, that means there's probably some things much worse than putt play have been going on.
Oh mercy.
I don't know.
Clyde's must lean really. This is like a 90-degree angle.
He already said it's not big enough to lean in any direction.
It got broken a couple times way back when, and I just didn't
Well, now
have
it's
the
not
resources
straight
to
anymore?
fix it up right. So now it's
Now
When you
it's
fell
all
through that
straight
window.
it's like like a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, she slammed the window shut on it and went.
The course is titled of the class is Caring for Patients with Diverse Sexual Orientations, Gender Identities, and Sex Development. And it also suggests that in the class, students would learn best practices for dealing with patients who are part of the alphabet mob from infants to older adults. Yes, it literally said infant.
Is this a real class? Because like I was going through some of the tweets and some of the and that news site, that aggregator, whatever, whoever it is, they kind of like, it's like Zero Hedge a little bit, but like more so where they really embellish and it's not always like even kind of like there might be a grain in there, but not really. Jesus.
Are they playing on the drums?
I mean, from the way it's written, it looks like it's serious.
Come on, all we care about is the headlines here.
That's right.
No.
We're not trying to dig into this stuff. Like,
don't shit on our story.
we take Poe's law to the max around here. Oh gosh, I should have pulled that up. There was Adam Patrick had posted a video of this chick making pasta, making homemade pasta, and she learned how to do this in Italy. But her making homemade pasta involved her taking a bag of spaghetti noodles and sticking them in a blender and grinding them up to a pulp, and then pouring that out, cracking some eggs in it, and kneading it up into a nice dough, and then rolling it out with a rolling pin, and then cutting it up into noodles. So she took noodles and added a bunch of extra steps and made noodles out of them. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that. But
it's like making prison food.
I don't know. Like, at first I was like, this has got to be a troll, right? But she seems like super, not only serious, but like really proud of herself for her cooking. And so I just like perused her page a little bit more.
Proud of like making pasta is like that's, I mean.
And I watched several other videos.
They're Italian.
And this is all
just like Governor Cuomo.
This is all like the most basic white bitch that doesn't know how to cook cooking videos. Like, it's all stupid, like over processed, horrible shit. And then she's like just preparing it and acting like she's doing something.
Oh, is this the lady who like she thinks she's a good cook and people like people troll her and act like she's a good cook? Is that the one on YouTube?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw this one on Facebook, but I was like, I can't tell if she's trolling basic white bitches or if she is actually a basic white bitch and thinks she's doing a great job here. Like I'm, and it was like Poe's Law to the max. I have no idea what I saw, but I was not.
There was something else from Poe's Law, wasn't there? Another article from them that got dropped in the thing today.
Oh, I didn't pull this. This wasn't something that I like pulled from Poe's Law. Is there a site called Poe's Law?
I think so. There's something.
I don't know if there's a site. I know there's a Twitter account. There's a Twitter.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, poeslaw.com pulls up nothing.
But dude, I just said something, man.
Somebody grab that domain.
I don't know. Anyway, carry on. What else are we talking about? Who sent the Walmart thing?
Oh, Poe's Law was the cop tweet, the cop meme.
That baby gay.
Cop meme? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
the one that I sent about the the team building activity.
Let's see. Yeah, there it is. I was not somehow aware of this story until it was told to me by Corey, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Corey.
I shared that link, I believe.
What police?
Massachusetts.
There was an incident like that in Lakeland, here by me, where there was a female cop.
This is it. This is an even better. This is an even better one. Like you gotta pull up the one that I just posted. It's hilarious.
All right.
The investigation. Officers involved in SEC while on duty: Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, Sergeant Henry, K-9 Officer Larry, Patrol Officer Patrick, and Patrol Officer Gavin Schober.
K-9 officer.
Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community.
So some chick on the police force banging half the police force is what caused people to lose their trust in the police.
Well, no, it wasn't just banging several of the police officers. It was like all like they were apparently having like orgies, whatever.
I think it's called a gangbang.
We don't know that, Claude. We don't know how it
allegedly called a gangbang. Keep our journalistic integrity here. I feel like this happens a lot. Like, so there was in Lakeland by me, their LPD. There was some incident like that. There was some chick, female officer, who was banging a bunch of dudes, and it was a big scandal. And I'm like, I heard like even like in like prisons and shit, there's always like there's some female COs banging like 4 inmates, And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that guys, given the opportunity, wouldn't or don't do that. It's just guys don't tend to be in a sea unless you're like a Hooters manager. You don't tend to be in a sea of people of the opposite sex.
That's interesting. I wonder if I was a Hooters manager, would I pull more?
Probably not. I don't feel like.
Look at that mustache. That mustache would definitely have to.
Only if you're also slinging blow. Managing a Hooters and slinging blow is probably a pretty rock star lifestyle.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like a
be the Walter White of the Hooters.
It's called a gangbang because the police.
All you need is the glasses. You've almost got the Walter White look down.
Yeah. Shave
it
this
back.
little bit. Yeah. I don't think so.
Somehow I doubt this. I really don't think that male nurses are
No.
just like.
You've
Female
watched too
nurses
much
No, he
Grey's
just
are
Anatomy.
freaky. Yeah.
Clyde just needs a son that's like Walt Jr.
I don't know what that means. I've only seen a couple episodes. So
You could turn one of your into Walt Jr.
I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, we are off the rails today.
Sorry, guys.
What's the reference? Somebody,
He's like crippled.
oh. Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's not really funny. That's your kids.
It might take a little extra work on your part, but you can get there. Don't let child services find out.
Fuck.
Yeah. They've already been here a few times. So.
Oh, here we go. This is one of the best headlines I think I've seen in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Damar Hamlin's collapse highlights the violence black men experience in football. You know, is there possibly a more racist sport? Because
it's
for
black
the most
on
part,
black
it's a bunch of white dudes holding a football, running from their life as a bunch of giant black guys chase them. Like, I mean,
well, it's usually like a white guy
just go back and watch
giving a black guy an object that he's not supposed to have, right? Like it's like, and then they have to run and get away. It's
just
like,
go back
here.
and watch the TCU Georgia game. I mean,
Did you see that? Like this has to be like the most racist touchdown ever from like Stetson Bennett the fourth to like the Irish guy's name,
some other white dude.
McDowell or something.
Yeah,
Lucas Mc something or Brian. I don't know.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't even like what's the
But this,
what's the angle here?
It's black on black crime. That's what it is.
1351 or whatever. The terrifyingly ordinary nature of football's violence disproportionately affects black men.
But why? Just like they're saying there's more like black men in the NFL, and so like.
I mean, yeah, the numbers thing, yeah. Obviously.
Well, are they saying like
obviously very racist?
Okay, here we go.
Like what? I don't like. Where's the violence?
This ordinary violence has always riddled the sport, and it affects all players. But black players are disproportionately affected. While black men are severely underrepresented in positions of power across football organizations, such as coaching and management, they are overrepresented on the gridiron. Non-white players account for 70% of the NFL. Nearly half of all D1 college football players are black. Further, though, through the process called racial stacking, coaches racially segregate athletes by playing position. These demographic discrepancies place black athletes at a higher risk during play. So, because
is what
it's the racial stacking is
racial stacking.
Okay, so generally speaking, your linemen, your offensive linemen are huge white dudes. Generally speaking, your quarterback is a huge white dude. And then also, generally speaking, defensive linemen, linebackers, DBs, and skill position players like running backs and wide receivers, the ones who are doing the most colliding with each other at full speed, tend to be black. Might have something to do with the fact that they're just naturally faster and more athletic. I don't know. You know,
I think
there's that one sports guy who got in trouble for explaining at that time, but you know.
Yeah, these are things you're not allowed to say because it's incredibly racist to suggest that. You know,
I mean, if we really want to go back far enough, you could make the claim that it's racist because we bred them to be big, muscly, amazing specimens of human. Man, you know, so yeah.
Well, and you know, they play on the field, so that's obviously a callback to slavery.
They gotta get. See, you know, the when you put it that way, then Kaepernick kind of, you know, he's kind of right, you know.
Oh,
We
fuck.
need some
It's
affirmative
like they gotta
action on the
get
football
out in the
field.
fields, boy. Go run on the field, boy.
I think it's funny how they never talk about racism whenever they're talking about like baseball, because baseball is largely Hispanic dominated these days, and there's
Is it?
also a huge Asian representation as well, and then a lot of white folks, and there's really not. I think the number of like black or like African American professional and like collegiate baseball players is really low, because there are a lot of
Well,
black.
they have like a professional like a circuit where they basically can like from Dominican Republic and like Cuba and those kind of places, like that whole circuit. Like they have a pathway for those kids to just become pro in baseball, because a lot of them are they're playing baseball when they're a kid, and they have a quick track to go, eventually go pro. So, I mean that's where I think that is, and in like the U.S., like it's a lot different.
Well, so here on that line of thinking, like what I was thinking is, and so I'm curious if this is accurate, but I feel like so is American football popular in whatever other countries, right? But I feel like baseball is very popular in like the South America and the Caribbean kind of areas. You know what I mean? And then
somewhat popular in Japan too.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Asia and Japan too. I feel like it's surprisingly popular there. So I guess it makes sense. And I mean baseball, and I'm sure people disagree with me on this, but like it's one of those sports where it's like I don't feel like you have to be a big giant dude, to do well at it, or at least have good stats. You know what I mean? Because it's not as much of a contact sport, right?
It's also one of those things too. I think that like you don't need a lot to play it, right? Like you can go hack
like
around
soccer,
with your friends,
A
like
ball,
soccer,
glove, and a
right?
bat.
Or like
and a few bags.
You don't even
Yeah.
really need you don't even really need a glove if
you
you're.
need a stick and a ball, and that's about
Yeah.
it. Mm.
We've used aluminum cans and a fucking
Talking about
broomstick.
cricket,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah, you think about that. I sent an article the other day about I don't know, women's soccer has a problem with race because there's like only a couple black women in the program, and how that's racist, and like we have to change this, and it's like it breaks down, like people pick different things, people are attracted to different things, whether that's your culture that you grow up in is attracted to those things. Nobody's saying you can't like go play these other sports or go do these other things. It's kind of, I don't know, man. Like I get it, but if you grow up watching football all the time, like that's what you're gonna do, right? Like why is the NBA all like black dudes? Like, I mean, with a few like Eastern European men.
It's played on concrete.
There was a thing, it's been several years ago now, talking about the baseball thing of it was taking a racist tilt on it, because it was talking about there are a lot of black Major League Baseball players, but they're not actually African American, they're Hispanic. They're from like the Caribbean islands and stuff like that. So they look like black men, but they're not actually black men. And so it was like bemoaning the fact that African Americans,
like they're like Blaxican, like
African American kids don't have baseball role models to look up to and stuff like that.
Is that cultural appropriation, you think?
For the Hispanics to take black skin? Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I wonder about that. Like, can we talk to them about this? Try to fix this situation.
Y'all gonna have to stay indoors a little bit more, lighten up a bit. You can't be so dark.
Lighten that epidermis there, Paco.
Look, we're gonna have to get you a white woman and
work them down gradually through the kids.
Remember
I don't think they'd argue with you on the white woman thing.
Remember
do that on their own.
I know we're doing sports talk. Remember the guy that was his name was Chris Thomas. He was a starting point guard for Notre Dame like 4 years. I think his senior year, he literally played 100% of the game for 100% of Notre Dame's games. Like he played 40 minutes a game every game. Anyway, he's like Notre Dame's like all-time assist leader and really, really, really good point guard. Couldn't even get a sniff at the NBA, and he said it was because the NBA is racist. That he was a white guy, and he wasn't even like Trey White. He was like Italian or worse, and couldn't get a sniff at the NBA because he wasn't the right skin color. Like they wouldn't even let him on like D-League teams, and he was like one of the best college basketball players probably ever, and not like a Jimmer Fredette type. Like his game actually would have translated to the NBA, but he was just the wrong skill.
Maybe
now
what
Jimmer's
we don't
game
know.
would work. Like when you have Steph Curry, now Jimmer would be in perfect for any NBA team.
Jimmer was just ahead of his time. See, Dag's looking out the window, completely zoned out. We're went into sports ball. He's like, okay.
He probably. The problem is they probably went through his purchase history and saw that he had bought racist boots from Walmart, and they just knew that they couldn't let a white supremacist into the NBA.
Look, just because the boots are named after me doesn't mean that the boots themselves are racist. Justin Boots, yes, no, okay. Anyway,
talking about Brahmas.
Walmart removes inappropriate boots from online marketplace. It's inconsistent with our values. What was inappropriate about these boots?
See, I clicked on this link because I thought they were like hooker boots or something. I thought this was gonna be funny, and then I find out they're like racist boots. Like, okay. Apparently there was like
on Walmart.com.
KKK on the tongue. I didn't seem like it was like I don't know. It was just I don't know if it was the initials of the boot brand. It was a third party seller, and so it wasn't like actually Walmart like carrying them. They're not like in the store. They're just online, and I don't know. The Muslim like Defense League for Islamic Relations or something like called it out.
It must suck when your name's like Kevin Kyle Klausenstein or something,
Yeah.
I just can't get a monogram on anything. This is so unfair.
They had to get the most generic since it's Walmart. They had to get the most generic name to do it, and they were like, "What about there's 3 letters? So what 3 letters would you pick? Okay, we'll just make it all K's. KK."
Marunsi men's tactical and military hiking ankle boot, outdoor trekking shoes.
That's
why would
racist activity.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they even put KKK on it? This feels like manufactured outrage. Like they made a pair of boots specifically for the purpose of putting them on Walmart.com and having them taken down so that boots can be racist, and does that make sense? Like, there was Dennis Prager did a whole thing. Like he listed off like, oh God, it was like 27 different instances of racism on college campuses, except that every single time it was actually a person of color or one of those diverse individuals
or an art installation
who was carrying out the act on themselves or on somebody else, like to create the perception that there's like this huge racism problem on college campuses, except that the only racism problem on college campuses is the people who want there to be a racism problem creating the racism problem.
Yeah.
That's what these shoes make me think of. Like there's no reason anybody in a marketing department would ever put KKK on anything ever, unless you actually work for the KKK. And even then, you're probably not doing it.
I wonder if they were just trying to get like the like a deal with the KKK,
See,
like,
these don't look like
you gotta wear these boots. This is the uniform, like
it just doesn't look like the kind of boots.
I know
that somebody in the
they're black.
They're way too black.
Like a white pair of.
Is there enough potential sales in that niche of a market these days?
I can't imagine. I mean, unless they really do think Patriot Front is like the largest white supremacist, and they need a shoe supplier. Like they just don't have that. They've got the rest of the outfit down. They just need that boot.
Those
You know,
boots.
The FBI didn't have it in their budget to make those shoes, so they just like put them up there. And now, if you get sent to Patriot Front, you have to go buy your own boots. Like, you can't have
but
that.
you can get them
trail.
for $50, so you know it's not gonna put you out too much.
There's this new boot startup, and they're like, guys, there's a lot of boot companies out there. We need a gimmick. You know what I mean? We got to find, you know, a niche, somebody to market to. And they're like, I know, extremist groups are all the rage these days. They're all over the news. Let's market to them. You know, hey, do you guys need, you know, a uniform boot for your, you know, what have you? I mean, fuck, dude, look, I mean, I'm a capitalist at heart, right? I mean, I'm not against somebody picking out a niche market. You know, do your thing. I just want to know if it pans out for them, you know, on the business side.
There's probably somebody from like China that has like no idea, and they're just like, you know, putting decoration on it.
I would almost, considering that's Walmart boots, I would almost guarantee you 100% that's what it was. Like they had no idea that the American letters KKK meant that when they were put in that order.
Being something totally different over there.
Yeah, it's probably like love, peace, and happiness or something for them.
There was an
like
incident. It was like 20 years ago, and it was a Walmart T-shirt, and you know, of course, bulk goods from China, right? And it was like a children's shirt, and it said 1-800-FUN-FLOPS, and had like a picture of flip-flops. And I guess 1-800-FUN-FLOPS was like a sex hotline, like a sex phone fucking line here, and there was a whole big like outrage against it. I didn't know.
That's awesome.
Oh.
That's great.
Well, and you don't know.
Now Clyde's gonna call that number.
Somebody had to call the number and find that out.
It
Because you know
must
the
have been a
people
kid,
who
too.
actually knew, the people who knew what that number was, they weren't saying anything. Like they're not drawing attention to that. Like it was some dumb Karen that had no idea. She was just like, "Oh, I wonder what that phone number is," and then she called it. Oh my God, this is terrible. Our kids are wearing this. Well, speaking of Walmart, Walmart's in Arkansas, and
Arkansas, you mean?
I mean, there was something else.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. I think I've told this joke on these guys. I don't know if you heard it, Trey, but
Oh, Latinx.
what's the joke?
oh no, why are there no why are there no pirates in Kansas?
Why?
Because they all went to Arkansas.
I thought I heard all the pirate jokes.
Being from
Yes.
you know where you're
Is it-
from, you would think so. You know the Buccaneers.
Is it
and everything.
Latinx or like Latinx, or how do you say these words?
It's
with that?
Latinx is what they refer to it.
I
I've
saw
heard Latinx,
Latinx?
like AOC. AOC was doing instead of Latinx or whatever, she's doing like Latino
Latwinks?
/A now, like Latino /A. I don't know what. So it's that way it could be either or.
It's so much more effort. Why?
But you know, but what about the trans Latino or whatever?
Well, if I've learned anything about the Spanish language from beer bottles, it's when you put the X on there like that, it's like Dos Equis, it's a sec sound. So this would be Latin sec, which is just way too close to Latin sex, and then we're back to looking for an OnlyFans account.
Steven. Damn.
What'd Steven say?
Steven asked if we can replace Clyde next. That's coming. His contract is. He's still got another 6 months on his contract. So he's not.
I tried to get out, Steven. I tried to get out. I tried to save the viewers all this.
It's okay. Clyde's so retarded that he's gonna have the feds on his door next.
Oh, are you trying to end the show?
We've got 15 seconds.
Well, see, Mark still has 6 months on his contract, but we're going to honor it like the WNBA and the NFL. And since he's going away to jail, we'll let him get away with it. But
You're gonna pay
Clyde,
his kids for him?
Clyde, no such luck. He's here for the long haul. He's got to play this thing out.
I don't know. I might just not show up. I almost not showed up today.
I know.
Good old no show.
7:29 and 57 seconds when you finally decided to pop in.
Well, I couldn't find the link, man. Trey sends like a million links. I'm like, where is it? And I'm trying to scroll with a little touchpad because I got everything plugged into the computer, and it's just too much work.
I told y'all Trey bombards me with links every day, and now that he's in the group chat, y'all understand
Dude,
what I was talking about.
I just scrolled over to the Twitter, and there's like links. He's sending links while we're talking. Like, what? Dude, slow down. Do you actually read all these articles, or is this like where I just like find a funny headline and send it over and hope that Justin reads it? Like, you actually read them all? Or?
Only a third. Only a third.
Doing his share of the work.
13%. Somebody say something about the retards so we can get out of here. I guess I did it.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.